And now, The Bonfire with Big J. Wilkerson and Robert Kelly.
We have an amazing guest in the studio with us today on The Bonfire, everybody. He's going to be shooting his special at the Gramercy Theater in New York City Friday, January 31st. Tickets go on sale this Friday, all the way from Nashville. It's the hilarious A.J. Wilkerson, everybody. What's up, buddy?
How we doing, man? Good to see you
man.
guys.
Welcome to New York.
I remember you from Jay's show.
Yeah, we met at Nashville, the Comedy Festival.
Yeah,
On
I
the,
did. What's your with you
the
guys?
3-hour
On the
epic.
5-hour epic one that, oh man, they just kept throwing up more and more drunken high comics.
Oh yeah,
I was out in the crowd in a Gunga Din for 5 hours, holding a microphone.
yeah, and I was the guy that was like overexcited. It was taking you too long to get to people, so I just started roasting you.
Yeah, and then I trashed you, and I felt bad. I felt terrible.
It became a very contentious night. It was hot. It was long. It was the show kept going on, and people like everyone on stage like had a different kind of like take, which is good usually. But it was strange when the take was like, what's his name? The handsome
Court McCown.
Court McCown just went on stage and started on Bobby exclusively.
Well,
and it's like that's not what the show is.
Well, what happened was that people would go out, and it was such a long show that the crowd was kind of tired. So if something started going, they'd see me just staring at them, and then they just start trashing me for some reason.
You dumb asshole.
And then I was
just
like,
turn
go
on Bobby.
fuck yourself. And then I had to turn on them. Then it just got ugly. I wanted to quit that night so bad.
I had to bring
I hated it. And Jay was just back there. He'd leave, and you were back there smoking, drinking, partying.
It is funny to design a show that I host, but I also don't do the most work on.
Oh,
as a host, whoever's doing the audience microphone
You're like
is really doing the work.
Yeah, you're basically a third base coach. You're just, hey, go on home, buddy. Get on.
Sounds like a exact show you'd make. That sounds like an exact show.
I don't do much of the work.
Yeah, we're like, I'm just going to be out there for a couple minutes, and then someone else, yeah, good, that's good, I'm in.
I mean,
Yeah, couple hand signs, couple attaboys, and we're out of here, dude.
I know. Well, it's funny that I guess really the show should be that I host it and then bring other comics up and I go into the audience.
Yep.
And I be the audience mic.
Yep.
But then
Nope.
it feels like the show's too much it's too much about me then.
Well, your show works with 3 to 4 people.
Yeah.
Your show doesn't work with 17 people. I believe at one point somebody's aunt came up.
No.
Just for
You know Killer Bees, AJ?
Yeah.
So Killer Bees was stoned. He did not
I
really
love
want to go
that Jay
on.
said no, like I was being serious. It was a joke, you asshole.
Oh, by the way, I thought you may
I feel
have
like I'm
thought
doing
that.
the show again.
That's not what
No,
happened at
I
all.
didn't think somebody's aunt went up. I was exaggerating the truth. Therein lies the ha-ha.
Buddy, no. Well, because the truth was you actually thought someone's wacky uncle went on stage.
Well, he was.
Because you didn't know who Killer Bees was. They didn't tell you. You were out in the audience, and then at some point they just put up Josh Wolf and Killer Bees together. I think Josh Wolf's on mushrooms.
Oh.
Killer Bees was maybe on them also. And it was funny. Josh Wolf went full on, did it. He was doing a good job. He got in the front. He was he wasn't really using Bobby much at all.
Nope.
Because he was out of his tree. And then Killer Bees was just walking around with a drink and just kept walking back and forth behind the microphone. He was out of his tree.
It was the most uncomfortable. At that point, I didn't even know what to do. And then they went to one guy, and I was like, what about this guy? He's like, I go, look at this guy's look. And he goes, I just recovered from cancer. I was like, what? I was like, all right, my life. It was the worst.
He's like, I'm just here because I'm not dying.
Remember that guy? The ball? Was that with you, right? Wasn't that with you?
I think so.
I think that was with you.
God damn.
Yeah.
What brings you to New York? Just running around doing shows and stuff? Promoting the
just
special?
Running around doing shows, promoting the special. Finally got Gramercy to figure out seat kills, so we're gonna get a ticket link and stuff. But yeah, gonna drive to Buffalo because I'm an idiot. And
That
I don't
is
know
crazy.
Yeah.
Was that a lack of knowing geography?
Yes.
Because I've made that mistake many times. That was the old, I used to really, when they'd go, hey, gig in Virginia Beach. I'm like, Virginia's not far from Philly. So it's turns out Virginia Beach is 7 more hours in the state that way. Driving.
I'm going to Baltimore on Sunday, So I Googled Baltimore first, looked up that driving directions, and I was like, 3 hours. Okay, Buffalo can't be further away from Baltimore. It's in the same state, and I'm an idiot.
Did you know that L.A. and San Francisco is far apart too?
Yeah, I knew
Just
that
in
one.
case you want to book that one.
No, I knew that one was far apart because that state is shaped like the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. So it was like, oh, opposite ends, dude, like head and tail.
It really, yeah, I was bad with that. I still kind of don't know. I think Syracuse you can drive, but Syracuse is near Rochester, which Rochester you shouldn't drive. And that's kind of close to Buffalo. It's all
right near each other, but the drive to Buffalo is probably one of the worst drives.
It's 9 hours.
It's a hell 9 hours though, because you have to go through the mountains. There's like no. Ooh. It's like you have to go through the mountains. There's nothing. It's for a long
ears popping.
Time. Yeah, dude, it's bad.
Oh, like the Hyde Park.
Just like your zero. I mean, I guess it's scenic for a while, but then you're going. But where you're going to is Buffalo.
Yeah.
Are you doing the helium up there?
Yeah.
You know what's exciting? I'll tell you. Your first time doing this one?
Yep.
When you go out back, at least one of those nights, the General Mills cereal factory is out there, and they burn off all like the alphabets that came out wrong and shit. And the air just smells like Lucky Charms, like that kind of like, it's so nice.
It's the fattest thing you've ever said.
It's the nicest thing. I just go outside and smoke cigarettes and sniff it in. I just drink it.
I thought you were going to say there's hookers and coke or something rock and roll. And behind the thing, you can smell cereal dust.
They burn off all the letters that look like Sanskrit, and it smells delicious.
It really was. I am too hyped for it. But there's not a lot you can say about Buffalo. It rules. Hey, you're right near Canada, I guess. AJ, you're rocking down in Nashville. How many times have you killed a person on Kid Rock's property? There's something you're just allowed to do once in a while.
He hasn't invited me hunting yet because he thinks I'm a...
Join the club. We're in the club too, apparently.
Have you not had many conversations with Kid Rock yet?
No, I had one conversation with Kid Rock, actually, that same festival weekend, that comedy jam, and says the N-word a lot.
I think that was probably supposed to be private.
No, he says it to everybody.
But he says it in the rapper way.
Well,
not in the Anthony Cumia way.
And AJ, I'd like to hear your thoughts on this too, because I will say he says it in the rapper way with the accent of a person who's the not rapper way.
Yeah, like a Quentin Tarantino way.
Yes. Where it confuses everybody. I watched Donnell Rawlings sit there and kind of just blink every time he says it. He's like,
He blinks.
Didn't he say something to us about like R. Kelly or something where he like...
No, I said my name was Robert Kelly. And he's like, and he says R. Kelly. He made something about R. Kelly, and then he went off, and then I just went blank.
Well, no, because that's when he said, I remember what he said. He goes, R. Kelly, he was doing like the quote of what R. Kelly said to him, but it was like that. It was like, R. Kelly came to me one time and he was like, N-word, you the smoothest N-word in the whole N-word universe. And you're like, did he? Did he really? Like, there's so many reasons I don't believe that.
No. The two people who have called me the N-word the most have been Kid Rock and Sam J.
Both of them are an honor.
One of them makes you feel really cool. You're like, I'm on top of the world.
Kid
and the
Rock.
other one,
Kid Rock.
The other one's Sam J. Kid Rock, can you call me the N-word a bunch? It feels great.
Where are you from originally, man?
I'm from a mystical land called Florida.
Oh, what part of Florida?
The middle.
Polk County?
I'm from close, Levy County, just outside of Gainesville. So like University of Florida area, right in the
That's a redneck part.
Oh yeah, I'm from the down part of Florida.
Isn't it funny that no one even considers there's part of Florida like that? It's barely considered the South, but it is.
It was the South the whole time.
Yeah.
Well, because Miami gayed it up in the 80s, and we were like, oh, it's just a bunch of gay people and old people. But up at the top, down to the middle, it's redneck.
That guy. I mean, that Polk County is like
Grady
throw a dart.
Judd.
That's a bullseye to the state of Florida. and that guy has made Polk County popular with like, I mean, every body cam surveillance YouTube page, every like like kind of do-it-yourself cops thing, it's always there.
Oh, the Sheriff Grady.
Yeah, they just
video.
I'm saying they just post up all
we
reality
will hunt
shows
you
there.
down. That guy.
He's the best.
He is great. The fact that he has these cue cards lined up and he keeps holding up for visuals of the story he's telling. And the best interview we ever did when they shot one guy 65 times, and she was like, "Why did you shoot him so much?" He went, "They ran out of bullets. If they had more bullets, they would have shot him more."
Can you put that Florida thing back up?
Yeah, all of his interviews sound like if somebody found like unreleased Clint Eastwood scripts, and they're like, "This is gold."
Yeah.
He's my favorite.
Yeah.
I watch it. It's better than any TV show.
He's so. He always has a lineup of people though
I just
behind
watched
him.
when
It's really right there, huh? It's like right dead in the center. By the way, no one ever talks about the places like Calhoun, Florida. Like they even have like the real like Southie sounding name places up there. Much more Jackson, Florida. I've never heard of that.
Taylor,
Yeah, all these places. Jefferson, Florida. Gadsden.
Levy.
That's where I'm from. Is Levy?
How about
that one on?
You're right below Dixie.
So yeah, so
still
where
got- you
it's
still got
all
some
it's
ocean,
all
though.
the armpit, but there's like the competitiveness. Do you
Right.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when you're in Toledo and you're like, oh, what's the nearby everybody hates? Do you know?
Oh yeah, like Dayton.
In Florida, it's counties, so we all make fun of Dixie County, and we're like, oh, that's where the cousin.
Do they?
My parents are also cousins. Dude, it's like
Your parents are cousins? Holy
seventh. I don't know how, but
I mean, that's close.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I fooled around with a
Splitting
third
hairs,
cousin when I
but-
was a little kid. It's okay. It's third cousins. It's
Explains a
fine.
lot.
No, it doesn't. We didn't have a kid or anything.
You don't know.
Not that I'm aware of. These are all broken up by counties as they are.
That's hilarious. We have like Manhattan Beach, Hermosa Beach, and Redondo Beach will battle, but they're right next to each other. So just looking at that, it's like Levy and Dixie are the same place.
yeah, they're the same.
I bet that's like a football rivalry and stuff like that too.
Oh
right?
yeah, like high school football
Well,
rivalries.
there is a town line difference. So I lived in Medford, and Somerville was the next town over, and they were just a hair trashier. And then if you went to Charlestown, which was next to it, just bank robbers and garbage people. Just one street can really define a human. And when you
How big of
dealing
a
with
section though do you need to have before everyone bands together? Before you stop caring about counties and go like, we're Florida all together, or something, North Florida, Central Florida.
during the
it's levels. It's
know what I mean?
levels. It's like tribes are like Voltron.
yeah, exactly.
You know
Kind
what
of
I mean?
hate
It's
each
like-
other, but if
it's
someone
like-
comes to the whole place, you go, it's like, whoa.
Exactly.
This is our little civil war, but Florida's still better.
Yeah, it's like you can't say that shit about them. I say that shit about them.
It's the worst weather in the universe to me, Florida.
Florida.
It's the most unhappy I am by weather ever.
I don't mind it because
When
it rains once a day at least, and it just cleans all the shit.
Yeah, but the problem is the rain doesn't go away. All of that moisture and humidity collects in your nutsack.
Right in your
which
nutsack.
I like.
Oh yeah,
I like
yeah.
a
You like the
sweaty
little
nut.
swampy feeling.
Oh, I love
It's
a
the,
swampy nutsack.
The Orlando Improv, like 2 times ago that I was there, was the first time ever, not ever, but the first time, I should say the first time ever that after the shows, every night that I performed, was not even a meet and greet. Like, I got to go back to the room and take a shower. And, like, maybe have to throw out the underwear because they're just stretched out with sweat. It just happened to be on the most humid time ever I was there, and it was Orlando. And, man, it was just... You outside, you're like, I hate being out here. I'm not in the mood to do comedy. It's like, it really will take you right
Your
down.
underwear elastics all you're sweating your gut.
Dude, no doubt. And then you feel it. You feel the wet on the band. Yeah. Nothing makes you feel fat like that.
Did you hunt alligators and do all that weird shit? You
All
did?
the weird shit.
You've killed an alligator?
All the weird
Do you
shit.
swim in like a dirty pond and just jump in and you don't care?
Yes.
You've jumped in?
I'm the only thing I don't really fuck with is beaches. I don't get in the ocean.
But you'll jump
I don't
into a
fuck with
dirty
sharks,
pond.
But yeah.
I don't want to
That's
go in
the
lakes
scary
or
shit.
oceans.
I hate
I'm a pool guy.
I hate when you see those videos and the guy just jumps off a tree swing into a dirty pond, and then there's just a sign alligators, and you guys don't even give a shit.
I like when a hot
Yeah,
chick
no,
eats
that's-
shit on that.
No, that's exactly where I'm
What'd you
from.
say?
I like when a hot chick eats shit on a swimming into a lake. I love just their knees drag. They never didn't know to pick their feet up, and then they just flop. And
You ever see the fat girl that doesn't know physics when she did that?
Oh, yeah.
And then the thing just snaps. She
Yeah.
goes right on her knees.
physics wasn't her issue. She didn't know that thing couldn't hold her weight.
I can't speak for.
She didn't account for the weight of her titties.
Jacob loves Florida, by
I
the
love
way.
it there.
It's
I
his
haven't-
favorite place in the world.
I'm in West Palm Beach though, but I wait for Grady Judd and the press conferences. I can't speak for Levy County, but Polk County is now the sovereign citizen capital of the world.
They all say they don't belong to the country anymore because they hate him so much.
They don't. They drive without a license. I don't need a license.
Is my favorite.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh yeah, they're like, I don't recognize
I don't
the government
recognize
of the
the
United
government.
States, and
Yeah, well, the wording of what they say too. They go, "I'm
It's
not
crazy.
driving." I goes, "I'm not driving against the law.
Yeah.
He goes, "I'm traveling on your roadways."
Yeah, she's transporting or something. I don't. My person.
I
It's
hate those
bananas.
people who read the law and get it down, and then they wait for the cop to just make a mistake.
Well,
And they have section 742, and the cop's like, I didn't read that shit.
The cops have so patient
the people
with
that
them.
get pulled over and they're like, oh, today's my
Oh, they love it. They can't wait to
Yeah.
say, and they have these things that are just not.
They're so smarmy too.
But it's also they're never right. You never find out. He goes, and you know what? The guy actually pulled it off because he was completely right. They're just like, nothing what you're saying makes sense or applies in the real world. So he goes, I saw this in a movie once, and this is the country of me I'm in.
Yeah, they always ask for the supervisor.
Yeah,
Can I see your
always
supervisor?
Exactly right.
Yes, you can, stupid. And the same result's going to happen. Can I have your badge number? It's right here. I love when they make them read it. It's right there. What does it say? Read it. It's just a dick competition.
Dude, what if the sergeant comes out and really throws down the he goes, sir? He goes, yells at the officer. He goes, you brought in a sovereign citizen. Don't you know this man is a guest in our country with his beard and beaver traps he's got set everywhere?
I watched one where the woman has a fee list. For if she gets pulled over, she has a fee list for how long she's pulled over for, and she requested like $40,000
Oh, there should be
because
paying
of the
her
time,
for the time.
that it took. Yes,
That's fair.
because she was transporting her person.
Dude, I like the videos where like the lawyers will review like the body cams and the pullovers, and they're like, actually the cops were wrong in this one, and then this guy like sued them and got this guy fired and this much money.
So stupid. Here's the thing. You get pulled over, 10-2, yes, sir, no, sir, thank you, bye.
Not in Florida,
Right.
dog.
No, that's what I'm talking about. Those people that are like trying to do good, but they're still getting like yanked out of cars and like knees on the back of their necks and stuff. And then you'll see the lawyer like pause the video and be like, this is actually an unfair escalation of force and blah, blah, blah. And according to this, and then you find out like the person won that case against the police.
I mean, that's
Where-
all you got to do.
where
is
did
really
Bully-
just cop and have him beat the you on camera, and you get 40 grand. That's like an option.
Where did Bully take place in Florida? The movie Bully.
I don't know.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Did you ever see that?
Rick Moranis one?
No. Bully was
Yeah, that was Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
No, Big Bully.
Big Bully
Oh,
was
Big
Tom
Bully.
Arnold was beating
Tom
him up, right?
Arnold, yeah.
No, Bully was about a real like murder that happened of a kid by all of his friends. Fort Lauderdale.
Well, a few places.
I was filmed Pembroke Pines. It's just a complete flaw. I was almost going to ask in that story if you're kind of like in like the boondocks of Florida area. Like, did you see a lot? Was there like kids that shot other kids back in school, or like feral? Like no white kids wore shirts ever.
No, it wasn't guns in schools because everybody hunts, so it's like everybody has guns already.
Yeah.
So it's like it's like, you know, nobody brings a gun to school because everybody took like a hunter safety course at the sheriff's office when they
Yeah.
were 9 years old.
Not even, I
So-
don't even mean like a school shooting. I'm just saying like just people who did like shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like a guy shot his uncle. It was like Wild and Wonderful Whites like stories, you know. It's like everyone's always in like
a lot of
like
those.
crime turmoil.
My dad has a lazy eye because his gay brother hit him with the butt of a shotgun when they were kids.
Really?
Why,
Yeah,
what was
like-
it, what was
And then
it-
he
what
went
was
gay, and that turned him gay. A lot of people say that's what did it.
No, he was gay the whole time, but that did turn my
What was-
dad cockeyed.
What was your what was your father calling him before he got the butt of the gun in his eyes?
Yeah, he goes, yeah, is this a little cart before the horse here? What did your dad say to your gay uncle that they didn't know was gay yet? Or did they already know?
I think they already knew. Yeah.
You don't want to tell people that. You'd say he was any other brother. He goes, no, it wasn't him. Who, the one twirling around upstairs? No, he didn't hit me with the gun. It was my other bigger, scarier one.
Yeah, the one practicing his choreography. That's who did it.
It's the guy who kicked your ass.
Is that the one with the Coke bottle tops on the bottom of your shoes?
How old were you when you left Florida?
I did. Well, I mean, I left a couple times. I joined the Army after high school and went like full Forrest Gump. Came back after the Army.
President won a Super Bowl. He goes, somehow had a child with a lady and didn't get AIDS from her. She had AIDS.
You're actually a multimillionaire because you invested in Apple.
No. I'm the Florida version of Forrest Gump. I'm still poor. No, I left when comedy. I like put all my shit in a van, like I bought for $1,000, and was like, we're doing this.
You just started doing road stuff?
Yeah, just started doing road gigs and just stayed afloat.
How long are you in the Army for?
3 years.
3 years? So you have a whole Army, you got discharged and...
Yeah, I got discharged. I had to have back surgery and then...
What happened?
I just injured during training stuff. I was I was an x-ray technician. So I was a nerdy...
In the Army?
Yeah.
Nice. He goes, yep, that's a break, all right.
No, I was
for God and country, that's a sprained leg.
I got carpal tunnel from filing.
Yeah, no, I got bounced off of like a 2.5 ton truck in full gear and just back up, and then they did a back surgery, and the whole time I was like recovering from that, I was just going a little loop-de-loose.
Where'd you get stationed at?
I was in Fort Stewart for my phase 2, like doing my clinicals and stuff like that. I did basic training at Fort Jackson, and I did my my clinicals, like AIT stuff in San Antonio.
Have you explain injuries you obtained in the service, and it's not on a battlefield? Just does suck to have to. He goes, yeah, and they had to let me go. I got discharged. He goes, why? He goes, just these fingers got a little arthritis in them, so I can't really pull the trigger like.
You should just lie. Yeah, you should just lie, dude.
But then he goes, I couldn't deal with all the kills I had. Because I was having a hard time sleeping tonight because I was haunted by all of the Viet Cong I killed. AJ, you're a little young for the Vietnam War, right? Well, whoever we were fighting in my age time. Absolutely. Is your family all still down there in Levy?
Yeah, my family's all still down there. Brother, sister, parents. They used to do foster care, so I've got like foster siblings spread all over the place.
Do they love what you're doing?
Most of them, yeah. Some of them are like, "Hey, don't tell them about that time I did the thing," and I'm like, "I won't," like. And then you statute of limitations hasn't expired yet. So.
Why'd you get a hot one from Uncle Fester?
No, it was a him. It was no, I'm kidding.
It hurts more when you don't have to say even the thing. He goes, hey, I know you're doing comedy, but if you cannot talk about, and you just go, oh, no, I'm not going to talk about that. You already know the things.
Don't say it. They could be listening.
Is it molestation when you're from Florida, though?
Barely.
It's right there.
Barely. I mean, when your parents are seventh cousins, what's a little molesting? Come on, man. Keeping the bloodline.
Yeah, no, I did used to have a joke where I said, in Florida, if you haven't been stabbed by a Spanish girl by the time you're 16, you don't really know what love is.
Lou, you should move to Florida.
Lou, yeah. You live your life dodging Hispanic woman stabs. It's what keeps you young.
Yeah, he's an expert.
This guy sleeps with one eye open. Talk about military service.
Lou would thrive down in Polk County.
You're just looking for a relationship that looks like the knife fight from the Michael Jackson video.
Straight poked outs. God
hey,
damn.
let's tie ourselves together.
Jacob, I'll never get over how much you love. But like Jacob iguana hunts. Yeah. He fishes.
I love Florida too. I mean, the only thing that's weird about Florida is that you guys live in a jungle and you don't acknowledge it. Like you'll be out at the fanciest hotel ever, and a lizard will just crawl over your foot, and it's a dinosaur. It's a mini dinosaur, and you go, oh, it's just a. It's a.
That's why we like it.
Why?
That's why we like it. It makes you feel powerful. Dude. You're like, we're out here kicking the shit out of dinosaurs on a daily basis.
I don't feel powerful at a pool when I go, ah! And
no, that's because your reaction is, ah! That's a you thing. That's not a. Don't blame Florida for your problem.
I share your feelings, Bobby,
Listen,
but I was going to say I know that it's me.
I'm not afraid with a Puerto Rican with a knife.
But a lizard.
I'm gonna say I am.
AJ.
afraid. I got attacked the last year and a half ago. I ran like it was a lizard.
Yeah, he would have much rather had a lizard there with a knife. But I would tell you, yeah, there's things. I'm too much that guy. I remember waking up and my uncles. One of my uncles lives in Florida. He still does. But visiting him when we were young, and we're going to bed watching the Arsenio Hall show. Cause it's just my next memory. I guess I fell asleep watching it, and then when I woke up in the morning, I remember just opened my eyes and just looked down like my body like this, and it was just a lizard that might as well. I mean, in my mind, he did this. What's up? He like nodded his head at me, and I went. "Ah!" I mean, from sitting to standing in one motion, like I couldn't. And then when I was there a couple times ago with Ari and Justin Silver, we got an Airbnb that had a cabana. Oh, it was so great until it wasn't, because we found this cabana is just crawling with lizards in the top of it, and then once in a while, they just drop out.
They drop out.
So I was just having a conversation with Ari, and I just hear you feel like a little bit, and you go, I guess one of the palm leaves of the tiki thing. Son of a bitch!
Yeah, that's why they hunt iguanas and stuff in South Florida, because they're the invasive species, and like when the temperature drops, they like freeze up and will fall out of trees and stuff. And
Don't forget the snakes now, the pythons problem you guys have down there.
Pythons
and the alligators.
Python problem?
Yeah, they have some bought pets and then was like, it got too big and just let it out into the jungle and they reproduced, and now they're everywhere eating they're just invasive species eating everything in the swamps.
Yeah.
So they just have to go out and find these monsters.
Pythons?
Dude, it's like
Florida,
Jurassic Park living in this state.
Florida is basically like the district from the Hunger Games where they test all the weapons that they're going to use to eat kids, dude.
Yeah, he goes,
crazy.
I've made a rhinoceros elephant. Do you want to see it? Only in Florida.
Dude, I mean, and at night too, like I'm used to crickets, the occasional cicada, but down in Florida, there's noises. I heard yee yee yee, whoop whoop, yeah wee, sky yeah.
Well, you wouldn't have heard those noises if you'd have just picked up your fucking Bobby. I don't know.
It's true.
How else was I supposed to get a hold of
It'd be
you?
funny if it was you in the woods.
Oh, okay. You don't want to answer? Let me sing you the song of my people.
But here's the problem with you guys. You guys moved down there. You put a golf course and a gate, and you're like, oh, we're safe. I was at Mike Calder's house. I was in the backyard enjoying and then I heard yee 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 woo. I go, what the that? He goes, I don't know. You should. You should know what the.
What if that's the call of that 85-foot alligator that lives down there?
Well, that's just a gay predator, dude. Bobby,
It's just old gay guys in the woods.
Yeah,
That's
Bobby,
what they call.
that was your grinder date showing up at the front door.
Yeah, he points his lasers at you, but then he lights up the disco ball and he's like, "Let's dance."
All he had to do was go, and he would have came out of the woods and he sucked my dick. Alligators, I didn't know this. They can climb fences. Didn't know that. Alligators can climb. That's why everybody in Florida has one of those things around the pool to keep the Jurassic Park out of your pool.
Well, this is a black alligator, though.
All alligators are black.
No, this one's more athletic.
No.
For sure.
Yeah. He's got a vertical. That's why he can climb.
What the?
I always hear that black alligators have extra bones in their ankles that makes them be able to jump over fences.
Well, black squirrels are more aggressive than regular squirrels. Did you know that?
Oh, I know that, buddy. And a lot of people say that's societal and a financial thing more than the black squirrels than the white squirrels.
Yeah, this is just. I mean, Mike has a 6-foot alligator in the pond behind his house. So when he lets his dogs out, $1 million, gazillion-dollar house that he bought that's gated. He has to watch his dogs. They don't go too close to the pond. And I'm like, just kill it. Go. He's like, you can't. It's illegal to kill the alligator.
Really?
Is that what Trump was talking about when he said they're eating the dogs?
No.
Was he talking about the alligators at Mar-a-Lago? Was that what
the black
did anybody
alligators.
check?
They're eating the dog. No, it's the Haitian people, they're saying. But Bobby believes it. Apparently they can climb fences.
First of all,
it's a crazy thing to realize.
Back up just a second. Look, I believe what I see on the news, and then if you show me something else, I'll believe that. I believe anything.
I'm with you.
Anything that's put in front of me, I believe.
Well, no, I say this in my set too. In one of the things I talk about, a well-produced, high-level documentary will swing me over in a heartbeat. You, Bobby, are swayed day to day.
Yeah, by a 6-year-old
from a children's TikToks.
Yeah.
So Bobby
100%.
comes in like it's gospel. He goes, unreal. There's definitely dog in all of our American Chinese food. A TikTok said it with a cool background music.
First of all, not dog, it's rat. Second of all, I was right about P. Diddy. You guys all were against me about P. Diddy.
I was always against you. Everyone was right about P. Diddy.
No, when I first brought up P. Diddy, you're like, is this real? I don't think it's real. This might be bullshit.
Oh, I don't think for sure that is. Listen, I know you and Kurt had a long mind meld in a
5
pool.
hours.
You and Kurt Metzger, which I know is a lot for you to
Yeah,
process.
it was Jew lasers.
But I'm telling you, just because of that does not mean there are actual Jew lasers.
You don't know
It
that?
doesn't mean that audio is P. Diddy actually butt another celebrity. No one would record that audio.
Wow, me and you at P. Diddy's house, and we hear him.
Diddy's entire job to record audio?
I believe
Isn't
that's
that
true.
kind of the
audio.
whole?
I want to ask you a
He goes,
question.
oh, is that P. Diddy's thing? He's always taping.
He's
That's
always
the
recording
secret.
audio.
You don't
It
think-
wasn't just the gay sex.
If me and
That's
you-
just all they're playing.
If me and you were at P. Diddy's house for a party and we heard him getting banged away by another dude, we wouldn't run to the door like little kids with our phones.
You think he plays it that fast and loose, Bobby, that he's going like, hey, guys, if you'll excuse me a sec from the party, me and Meek Mill are going to go into this room right off the party and scream each other.
If it's-
Yeah!
Wait,
Owie!
You think he excuses himself from the party?
You think he just
think
fucked
he
at the
doesn't
party?
pull like a Ron Burgundy, like, hey everyone, come and see how good I look while I fuck Mill at this party.
Hang on, let's ask the expert in famous people. Christine, what do you think?
Christine, you're a famologist. Do you have the audio of...
That's him.
I also don't believe you give yourself over that much to gay sex at a party.
You don't know that.
Talking all that shit. This seems like it'll be pulling off at a party seems like it'll be a quiet, like, maybe you'd hear like the thighs, the cheeks, but I don't think you're going to hear all the...
You haven't been to a
I mean,
famous
the-
person's party.
Yeah,
It's true.
That's
I
true.
haven't.
You haven't been asked.
The police thought it was legit enough.
Well, I don't know if that Meek Mill thing has anything to do with the police
just
stuff.
throw it in.
It's
Who
all.
cares?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Throw it in.
Yeah, just throw in an assault on Meek
What
Mill.
did they get him on? What did they get Diddy on? It came out, right?
It came out. Yeah, they arrested him yesterday,
Like
and
this-
sex trafficking.
Do you think they just were always going to arrest him from the very beginning, and they just kind of acted like? Because it seems like the whole story just went away, and then one day they arrested him. Because it was like they kind of just let it die down. Where he's like, I think P. Diddy even came out like, I guess no one's talking about this anymore.
If P. Diddy came out and said something like, "Look, I didn't do this," I believe him.
Of course you
I'd
would.
be on his side.
You would. Especially if he took you camping or something.
Look, just because he managed you doesn't mean you have to stick up for him.
Lawyers say while vowing to appeal a no bail. Oh, he's not getting bail?
That's bad.
Not getting bail is pretty crazy.
That's
Dude, PD, he is going to have a rough time in that holding cell.
Especially now, everybody gets bailed, for God's sakes.
They should put him on 60 Days In. I would totally watch P. Diddy on 60 Days In. That would be pretty great.
What do they say?
Yo, Playboy, is it commissary time? Of course you could borrow my socks.
Yeah, sex trafficking.
Yeah, sex trafficking and there's a couple things.
Yeah.
Also, if they give him a cellmate, he could be on 60 Days In and 90 Day Fiance at
That's
the same
true.
time.
He's also accused of guns, kidnapping, arson, intimidating victims.
But look at this: 50 witnesses in sex trafficking.
It's a lot, dude.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Turns
It's a
out
lot.
this entire time, the version of himself he played in Get Him to the Greek was the real deal.
It's
Just the whole time.
sort of Jonah Hill told that story on Stern years ago. You remember that? About when they did get into the Greek and he said P. Diddy told him to come hang out and then like scared the shit out of him all night with his boys but then he said it was all like a joke. He was like they were f***ing with him.
Is it?
But like but
Be great.
here's the thing, the joke was I think in the story there was like guns present at one point. I think in this joke when they were driving like 100 miles per hour down Sunset.
Yeah, it's fun.
Like doing stuff that it was like he was like I was actually pretty scared, but then it was all kind of a joke and they were like, we were just fucking like scare you because you're hanging out with these guys.
I mean, there's too many people coming out against him, and there's too many people.
First of all, if you're going to sex traffic, and by the way, I'm saying do it if that's your thing. But
Wait a minute, what?
no, if you're going to, no, it's
Jay,
not my thing.
I know, but what?
No, I'm against it. It's
But if
illegal.
you're gonna
and
do it?
I have a child. I'm against all that. I have women I care about. But if you're going to, and that's your right as a sovereign citizen, if you're going to, hey man, my first advice after this story would be like, don't let 50 people know. there shouldn't be 50 witnesses to this whole thing.
Well, if you
that means you tell everybody you hang out with. He goes, hey, we've been friends for about 3 months now. I could tell you. I got a pretty cool sex trafficking going. If you want to jump in on that.
I'm going to tell you right now, you could never do it because you have a big mouth. Yeah. You'd wind up
I
telling everybody.
I'll tell you right now, I'm thinking about getting into sex trafficking. So put me on a list because if it comes up, I might be one of your guys.
You remember that Johnny Depp Whitey Bulger movie
Black Mass,
where he's sitting talking to his kid who like got punched the kid in the face at school, and he's like, "You're not in trouble because you punched a kid in the face. You're in trouble because you punched a kid in the face in front of other people."
Yeah.
And now you're just giving that talk to sex traffickers on.
So don't
XM
sell
radio.
kids in front of other people.
Do not tell 50 people. I mean, keep it close to the hip, dude. You're sex trafficking, for Christ's sakes. Yes, Jacob?
He didn't tell them. He thought he invited 50 people to his party that weren't cool.
He invited 50 people that weren't into kids.
Oh, so he was like, hey, everybody, look at all these sex trafficked kids. Like, we're not into this. He goes, oh, well, then get out of here, kids. So he just dance.
He just over-invited, dude.
Yeah, it's like making a potato salad, and people don't like the potato salad. It's like, no, take that out of here.
And just like Jonah Hill, he's like, guys, I'm just... Kids, get out of here. Hey, who wants to do ice tube shots? Ice flume shots?
Is sex trafficking just like a blanket term for basically like being a pimp or like working hookers?
I think when you hire somebody for sex, and I think it might have been a little underage stuff.
No, trafficking, I believe, always has to do with crossing borders.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I was going to add that to it at the end. When you hire them, and then you take them in a car across a border.
In the interest of time, though.
I always thought sex trafficking was like prostituting girls against their will, and it seems like it's just the term for running prostitution.
You have a magic machine right in front of you.
I was asking you guys.
Why don't you use your magic machine?
I thought maybe my famous friends would know better than me.
Wow. There
it's
it
all
comes
the
out.
same thing, but it's like corporate level, middle management.
Yeah, it's like
retail level.
It's like rape.
It's all the same.
It's just like rape.
Yeah, it's like rape. It's different levels.
I think trafficking always implies crossing over like a border of some sort.
I don't think so.
I do. I think I've said things before. It's like if you prostitute somebody
to New York,
exactly. If you go from Jersey to New York for a
but not technically. You could take somebody from New York, fly them down to Miami to people, right?
Sex trafficking.
Yeah, it's not like you're putting them in a van and driving them down.
No, for sure. Yeah.
So you're saying, hey, I'll give you $500 to come down here.
The R. Kelly thing was that he was just bringing they thought they were his girlfriends at the time, but the fact that he was bringing them all over the place made it like trafficking. He was moving them all around.
So you're saying if you keep the girls in one place, get the girls locally, pay them to guys, the kids, to fuck, then you're fine.
P. Diddy, keep your trafficking local, not trafficking at all.
Because it's not trafficking.
And stop telling so many people. Right. Here's what you do. You drop it on one person at a time. You got to feel it out. You don't just drop it on 50 people at once and go, hey, communally, do we all accept this? Because even if there's, let's take a healthy number and say 3 people who were super stoked on trafficking. When they see the rest of the crowd's reaction, you're not going to be the person who goes, I think we should let him talk. P. Diddy, please continue.
Actually, you were wrong, Jay.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it has anything to do with state lines.
Scroll down to what that thing said.
Yeah, keep going now.
Scroll down the one you highlighted.
Oh, the Stockholm Syndrome?
Yeah, that's a to have on your record.
But you're using interactive descriptions so they can will face in their migrating prostitutes may be given an inaccurate description of conditions because they're migrants coming from a different place, their destination country. So it's there you go, travel. Wait, the action or practice of illegally transporting people from one country or area to another for the purpose of sexual exploitation.
You're right.
Thank you.
Jay, you were right. I take it back. We have to take a break.
That's right. P. Diddy, if you would have listened to me, you'd be cream cheese right now, dog. AJ Wilkerson is going to be shooting his special at the Gramercy Theater. We'll make sure when we put this out, we have space between 2 sentences. AJ Wilkerson is going to be shooting his special. AJ's so goddamn funny. Everyone's talking about him all over the road, man. He's going to be shooting his special, the Gramercy Theater, New York City, Friday, January 31st. Go see him. Go support. Absolutely fucking special officially.
First real special. Yeah. First
Congratulations,
real
man.
It's gonna be cream cheese.
Cream cheese. Tickets go on sale this Friday. Get them if you're in the New York area. For tickets and all their tour dates, go to AJ Wilkerson.com. Robert Kelly Live, punchup.live/Robert Kelly. For all his dates, going to be in Cleveland this weekend. I'm going to be at the Omaha Funny Bone this weekend. Then, of course, 2 Legion of Skanks at the Creek. on Sunday, and then the Skank Fest for everybody. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
if it even exists.
It doesn't really exist.
Who knows? Sold out, schmolled out. It's the Bonfire.
Praise Jesus.